I'd like to talk about resonance. Many voices are resonant. In fact, it's kind of hard for a voice not to be resonant as long as it's inside a body. There's got to be some resonance there. Now, some voices are very resonant, and other voices are beyond resonant. They actually have a ringing quality to them. The voice actually rings. I had a friend one time who actually was in the room singing in a rehearsal with the tenor Mario Delmonico. They said it was almost excruciating to be in the room with Mario Delmonico because his voice had so much ring in it that it really was painful to your ears. Now that's an interesting subject. Why would it be painful to your ears? You say, well, it was loud. Well, what about it made your ears hurt? Here's the thing. When we're singing, particularly men, let's say men, when you're singing, even if you're singing, the tenor's a high A. That's A 440, which most people understand. That's the note that an orchestra tunes to, A 440. What does 440 mean? That means that the strings inside this piano are vibrating 440 times a second, which we hear as A. That's what an A is. It's 440 vibrations per second. All right, well, what about that A? An octave higher. Whoops, not working. Anyway, that A, an octave higher, for all intents and purposes, let's double 440 to 880. All right? So that would be a soprano high A, singing a high A. Usually when a soprano is singing a high A, you would say that's a loud, big note, right? That's a high note. And 880, well, let's say she sings a high C. Well, that might be around 1,000. I'm not positive on this, but it's around 1,000 beats per second. That's a lot of vibration. However, let's talk about ringing. A voice rings. It rings at somewhere between 2,800 vibrations per second and 3,200 vibrations per second. Well, how can that be? If you're thinking a high C for a soprano is only about 1,000, how do we get this? Well, the human body is an amazing thing, and when we are singing with a fully braced, fully supported sound, and a tenor singing a high A, that's only 440 beats per second. However, as the resonance starts to go, around 2,800, it spikes again, almost as high as the initial pitch. It kind of falls off, let's say 440, and then it goes on, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and then boom, it comes up again, sometimes even a little higher than the initial pitch you're singing. The resonance, in other words, is higher than the initial pitch. That is a ringing sound. How do we get it? Well, a fully supported, fully resonant sound that is braced will ring. And what does ringing mean? Well, your inner ear canal overloads. It overloads when it hears resonance in that region, 2,800 to 3,000. Your ear overloads, and it actually feels like somebody's hitting your ears like that. You can feel it beating. Well, if that's really a loud sound like Mario Delmonico's was in a smaller room, it really hurts. It's loud. In an opera house, it's thrilling. It projects. It goes to the back of the hall. It's an amazing sound. Now, tenors aren't the only ones that can do this. All voices can ring. If their voices are braced in the resonance and supported strongly by the body, they will ring. And that is the difference between a resonant voice, a very warm, pretty voice, and one that is like, holy moly, powerful, like, damn, that's a sound. Usually that's a ringing sound. It has that spike of resonance around 2,800 to 3,200 beats per second. Some people call this the singer's format. In other words, the voice has that equal resonance spiking there just as high as the initial pitch. In case you've never heard of this, now you have. That's what a ringing voice is. And that's, I think, something we want to try to find for ourselves. Okay? Good luck.